Welcome back once again, everyone. Now, obviously you're here for another episode of Overlord. Well, it's kind of a big one, isn't it? Because this is where they, I assume this is where they kick off the plan to try and rescue Shaltir from controlled at the clutches of a world item or something like that. Knowing Ains, he's got some plan in place. Whether or not he can enact it, that's another one, because Shaltir is quite powerful. And I am looking for a good fight scene, because he hasn't really come up against anyone that would be considered a threat. I'm not going to waste any more of your time, or mine. Let's get straight into the episode. So now he's opening up a portal rather than just teleporting there. He's already said he's going solo, isn't he? They have to be careful now if Shaltir can be overthrown. Oh, he can't risk losing them either, can he? So what, they used it on her and left? There's definitely something going on here. And I don't think I'll be privy to that in this episode. But we have a battle on our hands, don't we? Considering that there are, what is it, the slain theocracy, and then some kingdom, and then something else as well. I can't remember what the names are. And that's just the humans that I know of. If they've got this power, what about the actual inhabitants of the world that might pose a threat to Ains anyway? I would like to see more of Sebus, but don't think he'll be part of the battle, will he? And his will is law. Are you disobeying orders? Are you doubting his abilities? That's deserving of a punishment, I think, Demiurge. So she's going to make sure he holds true to that promise. Is Demiurge gonna cause issues here? Is it because he's gonna be the one to fight against the Order? Was his eyes always gemstones? But you can see their differing emotions and opinions here. And while they're all adamant in their fulfillment, in the obligation of protecting Nazarick and Lord Ains, they've all got their own specific reasonings or ways of achieving that goal. Just like actual government, isn't it? It's because you didn't predict stuff you didn't think was possible. Seems a bit unnecessary. Just because the branch was in your way slightly. Okay. So him doing it himself would hurt less than watching Albedo and Shaltir fight. And he's fighting in the hopes of being able to resurrect them. Or her. I did wonder when he was going to resurrect anyone. Or if. It's nice that he's getting all the time to power up like this. Yeah, he's definitely got a lot of buffs, doesn't he? Along with his normal magic casting, does he have any debuff spells that he can use? Mm-hmm. Is that what we used, but it took a really long time to cast? And he used the ring to do it quickly. Is that what is the same kind of thing he's doing now? Waiting and seeing what is going on. It would be strange if they aren't keeping any tabs on what's going on. Are they like quick use magic? Well, then, he can just eradicate an entire section of forest. Well, at least she's moving now. She seems to be quite lucid, kind of. Is he going to be able to extract any information from her while she's in this state? That was her order, wasn't it? Is he going in full caster? Because there's no. I don't think going in melee is gonna be much use. Are they the mines? Trying to defeat gravity with rock. A bone cage. To stop her flying. I was about to say how much of this is him trying to play mind games, but no, everything is trapped and he's playing mind games. Okay. Doesn't he have any MP regen potions or something? So she has life drain in her lance. Okay, so. And he knows this, obviously, so. He knows her strengths and her weaknesses. So he's hiding something. Why did he wait for her to go through all of that thought process? It's good that he knows like a counter to every move that she could make. Okay. How didn't he know if he's got full access to like her character sheet? How often can she do it? Well, that's a bit unfair, isn't it? Blood magic? What was Ains's strength compared to like Peroncino? Oh, like yeah, his MP is draining, isn't he? He's still got all the butt ton of items that you can just pull out that they never. Oh, so she got hers off as well. Okay. He's probably taken measures against most of her stuff. Fighting light with dark. Oh, he faltered. Mm-hmm. Pretty much everywhere that's a weakness for Undead. I'm still surprised as why she was still trying to fight in spells instead of just charging in. Is he seeing if he can get through just with words? I doubt it. I don't think nice feelings are going to overpower a wild item. He didn't feel like he did anything worthy of being called a true leader. Yeah, a bit of pride. There's not a bloody Sharknado. Oh, was he preparing a spell behind it, waiting for her to burst through? How often can you use the same magic over again without her being able to... figure out ways around it? Repetition isn't going to work well. Really? Really? She's using it to recover, isn't she? I mean, it kind of works, doesn't it? Some of these skilled names. Did he just have to wait until that timer? Don't leave it like that! Screw you, Overlord. Oh, thank God. So we're still getting a battle for the next episode. Good. He's still got the items, though, that he put in his belt. Played into his trap. Well, there we have it. I thought Overlord had gypped me out of a closure. I mean, yes, it's still got another episode, so it wouldn't be that bad, but I'd have to wait for it, and I'm not about that right now. Ains did effectively already defeat her once, but because she was given a resurrection item, apparently, it didn't quite work. However, she has apparently fallen into his trap. Because he knew that she knew he was weak if he had used all of his magic, he was fighting along with that train of thought as if that is what is going to happen. The problem with that is, if you know you're weak if you've run out of magic, why wouldn't you have a backup? Why wouldn't she think he has a backup? But of course, pretty much anything could happen at this point because, well, it's Ains, isn't it? I wouldn't be too surprised if she's just been fighting an illusion of him this entire time. That kind of thing. But, see, he's been laying down groundwork in there. It keeps mentioned resurrection a few times, so I'm guessing he's just going to all-out kill her, which I won't be happy about. But it would be also kind of necessary. And despite Sheltier apparently claiming that she can best him in physical combat, she hasn't really tried that much, has she? And of course there was the moment with Demiurge and his almost refusal to allow Ains to go solo, head to head, and it being seen as almost heresy by Cocytus for him to question the orders that were given down to him. But just like any nation on Earth, you want the best. Well, you should want the best for, well, what is yours, what you claim as home. And sometimes you disagree with your leaders. Now, if there is anything that Ains had said during this episode that I've kind of glossed over, I'm going to be annoyed, because if it comes to this next one with the climax of it all, and it's already been established on how he's going to win and I didn't pick up on it, I'll be annoyed with myself. But it would also be completely fair. Hopefully you've been enjoying Overlord as much as I have, and therefore you must be slightly perturbed at the fact that it's coming to an end soon. Now, of course, something has got to replace it. I will be doing Overlord Season 2, but just like I did with Konosuba, I'm going to take a break for a little bit in between the two and have something in its place. Now, of course, I'm going to allow you to have your say. Unfortunately, I'm going to be a bit mean and underhanded, because for this one, if you want to vote, you've got to be in the Discord. But no matter what, I'm pretty sure you're going to be happy of what comes up next, because, well, all of them that are on the shortlist right now, I've been reliably informed that they're all quite good. So that's a nice bit of reassurance, isn't it? But anyway, before we get there, we have to end this episode. So, if you've enjoyed it, you know what to do. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I mean, you've reached this far into the video, what's it really cost you? And if you do that, remember to hit the notification bell, because YouTube can be a bit unreasonable with getting it out to your subscription boxes. And of course, to put a timestamp on this video, as of recording this, I'm getting perilously close to 1,000 subscribers. So I want to thank everyone that has joined me on this journey so far, because, well, you've made it worthwhile. I'm not going to try and make any sort of facetious comment. You honestly have. So, thank you. Let's see if we can get a lot more. But until that day comes, everyone out there should try to keep adequate, and I'll catch you next time.